Okay, we're coming to pretty much the end of the steps here. So, we now are at step 11. So, sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood Him, praying only for knowledge of His will for us and to carry that out. So, the whole concept of slavery, as my cat wants to come in and join on the conversation, and he's going to tell you, run away. You'll be better served the other programs. So this one you can see pretty much how we end up with we pretty much are completing the process of becoming a slave to the program and to God and and the whole cult and the organization, the people, and we're not going to get better because with this concept of this step, hey, with further in the book and everything, it says uh, our lives are unmanageable. We can't manage by ourselves. We have to find a power greater than ourselves to restore us to sanity. So, in other words, what this step is saying, we can't improve ourselves. We have to find someone else to improve ourselves for us and everything. So basically, it's like having that concept of the first three steps of being completely powerless, hopeless, and worthless. This pretty much completes the circle. See, we're telling you that you're completely worthless and you're just an alcoholic, and you have to have this higher power to be able to put things in order. Instead of hey, look, you have a functioning mind that you can put stuff in order and everything yourself. Yes, I got a cough or whatever. Been talking a lot, recording one of my other videos. But anyway, with this step, like I said, it pretty much completes the process of you becoming a slave to the whole process, the whole organization, the whole the people around you, and you're constantly groveling oh yes, I'm a completely fucking powerless, hopeless, and worthless alcoholic, and there's nothing I can do about it. I need a higher power to be able to do everything for me. It's that's not how you go about your life and how you get things in order. What you need to do is you need to take a look at your behaviors and your habits and stuff and start looking at your daily and weekly and as I'm losing my voice and everything, your daily, weekly, and monthly habits and behaviors. Okay, work week, Monday through Friday. Okay, I need a job to be able to financially support myself. Oh nope, I can't do that because higher power needs to needs to do that for me. That's complete bullshit. Oh, I need to go to the gym to be able to take care of my physical health. Nope, that's total fucking bullshit too because you have to get a higher power to be able to do that for you. Oh, you need to get professional help to get your mental health in order. Nope, you just need to pray to God about that and everything. Which again is a straight through right there of the bullshit, and so you're out. So now this is just an example and a viewpoint that I'm using as an example, how you can go about and actually put yourself in the driver's seat and oh look, it's all on me. I mean, it does get the portrayal of oh yes, you just got to pull yourself up by the bootstraps and no, that's not the point of just pulling yourself up by the bootstraps and doing it all yourself and everything. For instance, when you're going to the gym, you get yourself a personal trainer so they can show you okay, so this is how you do these exercises, this is how you do the exercises for your bicep, for your tricep, this is how you do exercises for your shoulders, so you know how to do it and everything, so you're not going in there completely clueless and oh yep, I can do it myself and I can just pull myself up by my bootstraps. You get help from someone who knows what they're doing when it comes to exercise science and fitness and fitness and nutrition and stuff like that, so you can get your physical health in order. Same thing goes with your mental health, everything. You don't sit here and go to the cult of AA. Oh, yep, I need help with my mental health, and even though there's no professionals here, yep, I just need to pray to some arbitrary, non-existent higher power, and that's going to be all that I need. Fuck professional help, because they're too smart for this program. No, you go get professional help for your mental health, with a psychiatrist, counselor, a therapist or whatever, so you can just kind of sort out your all that cobwebs and like the big mess and tangle of like a yarn that's all tangled up and everything, so you can get to the point where you can start thinking clearer instead of like, oh, this is a total mess, I just gotta sit there and pray about it. Like, okay, so this is a total mess, is like, how do I start fixing it? And then you start like asking questions like, okay, so I can do set yourself up and tar- start moving towards a solution, an actual solution, and getting yourself out of that mental like mess that you made with your alcohol and or drug abuse. And the same thing goes like with like the job I mentioned. Like, okay, you might maybe have to start off like I'm going to use an example like maybe like you're so down and out that you have to like go to like your local grocery store and like start pulling carts or something just to get yourself. Maybe you're an engineer, and maybe you have to like I said, go to like your local grocery store and like maybe work full time just pulling carts inside and everything to get yourself to like that next job for that you can get for becoming an engineer and everything, just as as a way to financially support yourself till you can get that like a back on track and getting into the engineering field and everything. So there's like 3 ways that you can get your life in order without this bullshit of like praying to some arbitrary non-existent the higher power. You get a job, and like I'm going to use this the typical, you work Monday through Friday, like, and then like the stereotypical 9 to 5. What you do is like quite possibly is you get your like workouts done in the morning before you go to work. Get yourself up at like say 5 o'clock in the morning. You spend like first like 3 hours getting yourself up and getting yourself ready. You get to the gym, you do like a workout. Then at 8 o'clock you go over and get yourself to your job and everything. Then you work there from 9 to 5. Then like after that you go into any and every therapy session that you're going to need to get your mental health in order. You do that Monday through Friday, and then look at it, lo and behold, it's the weekend. You then spend Saturday catching up on like all your errands, like you have to do like maybe like I do, good old food prep. So you do all your cooking and food prep. You do all your like, cleaning around your house. Like you run your errands, you do your laundry, and like basically doing like the stereotypical adult stuff and everything that like everyone does on Saturday. And then like lo and behold, you're busy now 6 days a week. Maybe Saturday night you get into like one of those hobbies or whatever. You could be playing like card games, like role playing games, like maybe you're into sports. So maybe like instead of going to the bar to get into the sports, maybe you go some coworkers, you go and hang down like yeah, like a coffee shop or something, and you start like watching videos and highlights of the week or whatever, and you start talking about the sports or something, like whatever it is, hockey, baseball, basketball, or whatever, like whatever else you're into and everything. And then Sunday would be like your day to kind of just sit back, relax, and just like all right, I just did all this for the past 6 days. Okay, maybe you have like a game that you play, like maybe like a massive multi online role playing game, like World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy 14. So maybe you get into something like that, or like you use like a Sunday maybe as like a gaming day to like also like get into like maybe some other video games where you can just sit down, relax, and like maybe play like a Diablo or StarCraft or like any other number of games as well and everything to kind of use that. And so as you can see, like with the habits of like your day-to-day habits and behaviors, and then you string it into like weeks and months and everything, you're now starting to like get yourself established. So maybe over the course of like 3 or 4 months, like that job you got at the grocery store where you're just pulling carts, maybe something came up with that engineering job finally, where you can like get back into it. Like it might be like entry level, but it's a step up from pulling carts, and then like you start building yourself up over the course of like your day months and years and everything. You start building yourself back up and everything, and getting help with like and it's not just pull yourself up by the bootstraps. It's like getting help with like people that are surrounding you, like maybe supportive friends and family, maybe coworkers. Getting yourself that, like I mentioned, the professional help for your mental health. Get in it when you're first starting off, to, like starting to exercise and everything. Get like with a personal trainer so that you can learn how to correctly do like the exercises and like the different types of exercises, like the different types of like of stuff that you can do with lifting, cardio, yoga. Like you start doing stuff. So maybe even start taking classes or whatever. Maybe on the weekends, like the local YMCA might have like a yoga class. So like you might like on Saturday break your day up all you're running around. You might break it up and start taking a yoga class on Saturdays to get into that or something. And as you can see, this is like just throwing ideas out there to showcase like why like you're going to be much better served in essence doing things on your own and getting like the professional help with like your physical health, your mental health. Start searching for jobs. Like I said, maybe you have to start off with that crappy dead end job to get to the job that you want. It's like the example I use, like pulling carts at your grocery store, to kind of fill in till you can get into like the back into like the engineering field or something. So that's how like you ditch this one where you have to like again I'll say praying to like an arbitrary non-existent higher power that's not going to solve anything instead of instead of actually sitting down and you're like, okay, look, this is what I need to get professional help for my mental health, physical health. I need to get a job to be able to financially support myself. I need to start surrounding myself with better people. That's how you do it, not just by some like praying to some, like I said, arbitrary higher power and God that doesn't necessarily exist and everything. So that's why you can see how step 11 pretty much seals the deal for you to become a lifelong slave to the AA cult and like the people that are in it and everything. So that's why like I would say run from it and get into the alternatives like smart recovery, rational recovery, reach out recovery, all the other ones that I've mentioned before.